Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, May the 8th, 8:59 a.m. here in Calgary, Alberta. I'm Giuliana. Come on in, everybody. I am in teal today, the color teal, because it is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Day. And as the precipice of my healing journey, I wanted to show up today and little about ovarian cancer and the type of cancer that I had, and maybe shed some light on female cancers and awareness around it, and maybe a greater intention is for me to show you that you too can get through whatever it is that you're walking through. May is the month of Mother Mary. I am embellished in this beautiful Mother Mary necklace today that Tara had made for me a few years ago. And so I'm going to ask her to guide my words, to help me share today a little bit about ovarian cancer and the cancer I had. So I want to preface it by saying my diagnosis, the diagnosis that I had, was stage 3 peritoneal cancer. And so I thought right off the top, I would show you what the peritoneum is. So this is a picture of the peritoneum. It is the lining of the wall of the abdominal and pelvic cavities. Now, the peritoneum is that thin layer of tissue that is protection of all the abdominal organs. And so the official diagnosis, pardon me, my throat. The official diagnosis, I still get a little choked up when I share my story. I don't cry anymore because I am so grateful to be alive. So as it is, the diagnosis I had was stage 3 peritoneal cancer with drop mets to the uterus, cervix, fallopian tubes, appendix, the entire uterus, the whole area. And I remember wondering, what the heck? When I first went in to the doctor's office, they said it was uterine. And the peritoneum is outside. And then the cancer had seeded into all of the area of my female organs and appendix. And so the first surgery that I had was a radical abdominal hysterectomy. And almost a year later, when they did the follow-up, they saw a small foci of cancer left behind. So I went back in and had another debulking, what they call a debulking surgery. Ovarian cancer is called the silent killer. And that's why today I thought I should show up. How much do you know about ovarian cancer? If you're a woman, you have ovaries, and it is vital to take care of yourself. Did you know that ovarian cancer affects 1 in 75 women each year in Canada? 1 in 75 women each year in Canada. Survival rates for those with ovarian cancer haven't improved in 50 years. That concerns me. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. We're on the cusp of breakthroughs that could change the face of this highly fatal disease for good. We're driving ovarian cancer research in Canada faster than ever before, building research capacity, unlocking insights into rarer forms of the disease, and addressing urgent needs. This vital work and laser-sharp focus includes stopping the disease before it starts. You know, I want to just say, we need to be the change that we want to be in the world. And we need to take our health responsibly. I'll share with you a little bit about my story. For years, I had had unbelievable clots with my periods. And this might be too much information for those of us that are on live and those that are going to watch the replay. I need to share because maybe you're going through the same thing. And I had such bad cramps, menstrual cramps, that I thought my uterus was going to fall out of my body. And then for years before I was diagnosed, about 5 or 6 years, I had manifested perineal spazzing. So your perineum is the area between your vagina and your rectum. And it would spaz and spaz and spaz. And so I went to my OBGYN, and in those days, what they did to help me was they injected long needles, no word of a lie, this long, of anesthetic, local anesthetic, transvaginally into my obturator muscles, my piriformis muscles, and it was traumatic. And it had gotten so bad that they decided to inject Botox. I always wonder, even though they say that it's safe, I wonder. Because then I manifested stage 3 peritoneal cancer. And I am so grateful to be alive because my oncologist told me that if the cancer was going to come back, it was going to come back after 5 years. And I don't know how they know that. All I know is that it planted the seed that, Giuliana, you need to do something different with your life. And that's when I embarked on a great healing journey. And each day that I wake up, I do something to heal my mind, my body, my spirit, or my soul. Because you need to have harmony with all of them. Those are your 4 legs of a table, so to speak. Body, mind, spirit, soul. And so for the first few years, it absolutely was a mind and a spirit journey. And I prayed and prayed for teachers to help me because I didn't know what to do. And although I am not scared to die, because I love God with my whole heart, I didn't want to leave my son behind. He was only 13 when I was diagnosed, and he was so immature. And I know it was ego that asked God, bargained with God, that if he gave me more life, I promised him to allow others to see the divine through me. And I know that that was ego. And although now my spirit knows I wanted more life. And I know that there really is no bargaining with God. I know that my soul contract is to still be here. And every day I am so grateful. I am so grateful for another day of life. That doesn't mean I hate cancer. I hate cancer. I hate cancer. When I go through my Facebook, there are so many women that I have met that have passed away from either breast cancer or ovarian or uterine cancer. And as somebody that uses her voice, I couldn't let today go by without sharing. And so I want to ask you a question. Is it a myth that only women experience ovarian cancer? You might think it a trick question. And in this day and age, it's a myth because anyone born with ovaries can have ovarian cancer. Is it a myth or a fact that each year approximately 3,000 people across Canada will be diagnosed with ovarian cancer? That's a fact. Each year, approximately 3,000 people across Canada will be diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Myth or fact? You are screened for ovarian cancer at your regular pap test. That's pure BS. It's a myth. There is no screening test for ovarian cancer. The pap test screens for cervical cancer only. If you experience even one ovarian cancer symptom persistently for 3 weeks, you should go to your healthcare provider. And this is what I want to say. Dr. John Jarrell saved my life because I remember going to him for years, and he was the one that did the intravaginal injections of the anesthesia and the Botox. And I remember it was one May long weekend. It was around this time of year, 12 years ago. And I said to him, I can't take these clots. I can't take this pain. I can't take this spazzing. And a year prior, he had done an endometrial biopsy. And he said to me, you know what, Giuliana, I think that you would benefit from another endometrial biopsy. And endometrial biopsies are no joke. And I said, oh, but it's the May long and we're going to go camping and I don't want to be at a service. And he left it to me, and my gut said to me, oh, I better do it. And so that May long weekend in 2011, I went camping and the results came back at the end of May. And I remember him calling us in. And I remember my sister was working at the cancer clinic at that time, so she came. And Paulo came, my husband. And I remember he said to me, I'm so sorry. You have cancer. I thought I'd healed this, but I'm reliving that moment. And it was like I left my body. He was so compassionate. And I remember my sister, I'm so very blessed, really expedited things. And I was booked to have my first surgery in August. And I remember thinking to myself, I just want it out of my body. I just want this cancer out. So I had the first surgery, and my mom came to take care of me for a month. And Paulo really helped me a lot. He worked, and Cedar Glen was amazing at that time. They helped build oh my gosh, I can't remember the house that's here in Calgary that you can go to if you're a cancer patient. It helps you heal. And they had helped build it. And I remember Paulo's bosses were so kind. And I remember not really needing any of those services because I just felt after the initial anger and fear subsided, I felt so held by the divine. And that's when I started seeing my grandma in spirit. That's why I don't care what people say about psychics or mediums. I have had my own experience. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that my grandma held me during that time. And the journey has not been easy. And that's why when people that I know get diagnosed with cancer, I do my best to support because I know the fear. And it isn't a rational fear, or maybe it is to some people. It was really, I didn't want to leave Paulo Jr. behind, and the future was so uncertain. And some people might think, oh, you're so selfish. What about your husband? Except I knew in my experience, men do okay after their wives pass on. They often find other women. It's the children that have to be and go through life without a mother that is so difficult, because we all need a mother. We all need a mother. That doesn't mean that every day is easy, because it's not. And so today I want to remind you, if you are having any symptoms that are considered not normal, heavy bleeding, any pain, especially when you're having your period, bleeding between periods, pain in the area, bloating after you eat. Sometimes people get burpee. Any pain in your abdominal area, go to your doctor. There's a reason it's called the silent killer, because often women don't find out that they have it until it's too late, until it's stage 4. It means that the cancer has traveled to faraway organs. I am so blessed, because even though the cancer was stage 3, peritoneal with mets to all of the internal organs, I got it taken all out. And I know that it's God. It's God that is guiding me, and Mother Mary. And that opened the door to this great love of the divine, even more than previously. Because I know that is who is guiding my life, our life. And if you don't believe, that's okay. I'm sharing my story. And I know at my second surgery, when I was in the post-op recovery room, the nurses came to me and they said, "Oh, Julie, we had a really hard time bringing you back." And I can feel that moment right now, even though it was 11 years ago. I knew that for me, that was a choice point. And I made the choice to come back. And I know God allowed me to come back. So even yesterday, when I was with some friends, I reminded them, because they're like, "Oh, you're so positive all the time." And I do my best, and I am not positive all the time. I am human. I get angry. I get the sacred rage. I experience the divine circus in my life. I cry when people reject me and ignore me and hurt me. And this is why I stay so close to my teachers, and every day I show up to heal a little bit more and a little bit more. Because I learned that the cancer was deep resentment held in my body. It was all the pain, the shame, the guilt that I absorbed from life. And I intend each day to do better, to purify myself, my mind, my body, my spirit, my soul. To learn and grow and heal and expand, and then go out and share what I've learned in the hopes that maybe it changes one person that day. That maybe one person will feel the love of the divine in their life. And I don't do it for anybody but me, mostly. And then I allow it to ripple out. When we say, and so it is, and so it is. You know, yesterday I saw a quote by Rumi. We're just walking each other home. We are. We really are. And who are you walking side by side with? Because that was my intention this year more than any other year of my life, was that I wanted strong, powerful, equal mindset women in my life. Not above, not below. Side by side, arm in arm. And no more would I allow myself to get used, abused, treated less than I deserve. Because I had manifested that cancer, and the seed that my oncologist, I better not name him, planted was, if the cancer comes back, Giuliana, it's going to come back after 5 years. So here I am, officially, it's been, even though it's been 12 years, I am officially 11 years cancer free. And I know at any day that could change. When I went to have my internal exam 2 weeks ago, my doctor said to me, Giuliana, it's time for a mammogram again. And I said, I thought I just had one last year. She goes, it was 2 years ago. I'm doing my best to be a compliant patient and to remind others to do the same. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow might not come. We hope for tomorrow, and we take care of today. We take care of today. So even though today is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Day, every day must be a day that you tap in. If you're having a pain in your belly, just put your hands on your belly and go, what's going on, body? Maybe you can't stomach something. Maybe you're getting some vibes that you need to leave a relationship. You'll know, because you can't bullshit yourself. You can try. Maybe you're like me and manifested the whispers, the migraines, the diabetes. And then God gave me the biggest wake-up call ever with the cancer. That's a big diagnosis. Stage 3 of peritoneal cancer. It's under the ovarian umbrella. And when I look at my scar, that's from, well, it's about this long. I look at myself and I think, I cannot believe that I went through that. And I did. Maybe you have scars. Maybe today you need to give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. Look at how far you've come. Keep going. You can do this. I want to lighten this a teeny bit. I pulled a card to close today because I hadn't pulled a Mother Mary card yet. I'm pulling a card each day from the Mother Mary Queen of the Angels deck. And the card that she brought us today, now I understand why, is compassion. And it says, I see and feel others' point of view with forgiveness and kindness. As I read these words, just listen. Maybe receive a message. Maybe ask your angels for a message. This card is an angel that comes to you to uplift the way you're seeing your current situation and the people in it, including yourself. As a sensitive person, you are affected by others' negativity, and this has recently darkened your emotions and thoughts. To bring more light into your world, see people's situations through the eyes of Mother Mary and the angels. Know that they and you are doing the best they can. Although we all make mistakes, ultimately, everyone wants the same thing: peace and love. This card calls for you to be the peacekeeper in this situation and to make the first move towards a harmonious resolution. By sharing peace and love, you bring healing blessings to this situation and increase your own self-esteem. So compassion leads our week. Mother Mary guides us to be compassionate with our own selves, with the situations that we're walking in, and with forgiveness and kindness. Doesn't mean you forget. You can forgive and never forget. You can forgive and put up a big, big fence boundary. You can forgive and say, not one more time will I put up with that. However, compassion leads the day today for me and for all of you. On behalf of Mother Mary and myself and all of our angels, I want to remind you, you are so very loved and valuable, and whatever you're walking through, everything is figure-outable. Your job? Ground yourself to Mother Earth. Connect to God. Connect to your angels. This month, more than any, connect to Mother Mary. You can find refuge under her cape. Ask her in and be blessed. I will see you again later in the week when I align with my beautiful goddess sisters, Selena Urbanovich and Cindy Hodel, on Thursday at 1 p.m. We are going to talk Mother Mary as a goddess. We hope that you will join us then. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Jennifer. From my heart to all of you, namaste.